Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughan Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughan Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price.
Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
Are you ready to join the future of coal mining? At Blackhawk Mining, we are a national leader in the production of metallurgical coal with a foundation built on a strong safety culture and an unmatched work ethic. We're not just co-workers, we're a family, and together we create an environment where everyone can thrive and make their mark. We invite you to join our team at Blackhawk Mining as we continue to build on our tradition while empowering the next generation of coal miners. Blackhawk Mining, shaping the future of coal production today.
Eastern Kentucky understands the importance of taking care of one another. That's why after graduation, I came home. 25 years later, I've put together a team at Glenn Martin Hammond Law Offices dedicated to fighting for your legal rights. When you're dealing with a sensitive legal issue, you want someone who will take care of you as a person, not just another case. Our team will help you through the legal process of Social Security, personal injury, work injury, car wrecks, wrongful death, medical malpractice, and nursing home neglect. Call us today.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Start Start the new year off right by making your health a priority. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic can help you do just that. We have a great staff of professionals offering a variety of services like medical, dental, behavioral health, mat program, case management, chiropractic, radiology, and lab testing. Little Flower Clinic offers free transportation for Perry County patients. Call to make an appointment, 487-9505. Quantum Healthcare, 436-0711. And East Kentucky Chiropractic, 487-8255.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value.
And Kemper recognizes that.
That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price.
Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
Welcome everybody. We are live here at Perry Central High School, Coach, as we got the Commodores tip-off show, Road to Rupp State Tournament tip-off show here, brought to you courtesy of Derek Bowling at Kentucky Farm Bureau, Scott Napier at Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, East Main Street Pharmacy, and our good friends at Kemper Furniture.
Well, Darryl McCoy, before we get started, this brings back a ton of memories for me because, as I told you before, this is the first big-time recruiting spot that I came to, and it was packed to the rafters, hanging from the rafters. It was Perry County Central. It was Hazard going toe-to-toe, and I was recruiting a young man by the name of Brian Kilburn, who played here at Perry County Central, and I did end up signing him, and that was my first big-time recruiting event, so this whole place holds a special place for me. Perry County Central, they're used to cutting down nets.
They're absolutely used to it, and we're going to bring a young man on here that that cuts down some nets here recently. Let's invite Trayton Woods to the set here, Coach. There you go, Trayton. The Coach Trayton has right now this Perry Central team. You guys are the story of Perry County, man. You guys, a lot of people counted you guys out at the beginning of the year. You know, they was like, the big three, you know, Knott and Hazard and Breathitt. But everybody forgot about lonely old Perry. How'd you guys get it done?
Started on defense, you know. We got the offensive talent, but defense was our key coming into the tournament, and I feel like we executed well.
I've said this not only this year, but last year, when we call your games defensively, you're as fundamentally sound and together, connected as any team in the mountains. Where does that come? Coach on down, right? But is that something y'all take pride in individually, or is that something you guys have bought in over the course of your careers?
I feel like we bought in mostly towards the end of the season because, you know, we realized we wasn't getting it done with that defense. So
right.
Towards the end there, we started buying in, and the result was 14th region championship.
Yeah, another 14th region championship. You're going to be facing McGoffin County, who it's their first ever in 100 years, right? You guys got banners hanging. Like I said, my first trip to Perry County Central, it was hanging from the rafters. Unbelievable talent and teams over the years. Brian Kilburn, Ben Bowling, the list goes on, and you guys were just that next collection of talent to come through Perry County Central. So those expectations are there for you guys, year in and year out. It's a little different bar set for a program like Perry County Central. What does that mean when you step on the floor for a program like this?
We got great tradition here, and, you know, the guys coming up and us right now, we just try to keep that rolling throughout the years.
Yeah, you know, growing up, you know, here in Perry or here around Perry Central area, who were some of the players you looked up to as a kid, and who helped you as far as giving you a go to get to this day? Who were some of the players that you idolized?
One of my coaches right now, Damian Tobler.
Yep.
He a big influence. Keeps me in the game when I'm frustrated. Keeps my head up. Always giving me confidence. And another person I look up to is actually another one of our coaches, Dan. I kind of play like him. Attitude's kind of like his, but not as much towards the bad side of his.
Yeah.
But I look up to those two guys a lot.
Well, Trayton, you've been kind of the consistent piece to me. You really seem like you started showing out, toward the end of the second half of the season. Started seeing you more involved offensively on the stat sheet. You was hitting big shots down the stretch in some of them final games there. Talk about how your role has expanded as the years went on.
Well, my teammates and coach had faith in me, trust that I could hit big shots like that, and it's just I played with these guys a long time, so they know how I am and my spots, and I can get to them and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, leading the team in scoring, right at around 16 points a game, 3-level scorer, right? And but you known for the long ball, hitting close to 90 this year. What have you done? What did you do during the off season? Because again, the bar is set so high to prepare yourself individually to make a run at a region title. What did you do during the off season to evolve your game?
Just in the gym, it's all about reps. Situational stuff, say they run me off the line, then I got to get to the bucket and finish. If they don't run me off the line, no hand shot.
Right. Now listen, I'm pretty close to some folks over at Breathitt County, Mr. Austin Sperry and those group. Had to feel pretty good to knock off Breathitt. Listen, let's make no mistake about it. I'm a big-time fan of that Bobcat Nation over there, but they are some passionate fans over there. Make no mistake about it. So it had to feel pretty good to knock off the 14th region defending champions, because a lot of people said, well, now that Hazard's gone, so on and so forth, maybe Breathitt's for the taking. Had to feel pretty good to knock those guys off.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent. Sperry, he's a phenomenal player. I mean, real good talent. He's, I think, probably the best in the region, to be honest.
Well, you're both juniors, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys are going to be, no doubt about it, competing next season for 14th Region Player of the Year. Do you guys have a competitive rivalry? Do you guys talk a little trash between the lines? How does that work?
Yeah, there really wasn't that much trash talking, but I've played AEU with him since I was little, so there's a little friendship there.
Right.
But when it steps on the court, it's competitive between us two.
Right. Well, Darryl, listen, it's another region title, a long list of teams that's made that journey to Rupp Arena, and this team might be one of the more unexpected teams during this Perry County Central the last 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, y'all knocked off a very good Knott Central team to get here. Talk about the mindset. Going into that game, was it one game at a time? You knew, like, okay, we gotta slay this giant first, and then we'll get to Breathitt.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was one game at a time. We just had to keep Haddix and Huff keep them from getting big numbers, and that was our goal that game was to keep them from scoring big.
Yeah, you guys, the ultimate team, concept. It's on any given night, any kid can step up. I mean, I've seen games this year where you've been the shining star. I've seen Kaiser many times. I've seen Carter Castle. It seems like every kid has been able to step up. Does that make you guys have more faith in each other? Like, okay, when we go to Rupp, we can get this win and get to the weekend. I mean, right now, y'all's confidence has got to be on a high right headed into McGoffin.
Yeah. I feel like we just got so much talent offensively. If somebody's having a bad night, somebody else can step up. And Tyson and Mason, they've had a good year coming up. Not much that experience last year, but they've helped fill that role of that guard and shooter combo.
Now I'm trying to think. I know in the D&D era, and this is just popping to my mind here, but I do know that I've covered Coach Hoskins down at Rupp. But when's the last time that Perry was there before this? You've not been, right?
This is my second time going.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I was a freshman my first time,
That's what. So this is your second time. Now last time it was all fun. I'm sure that helps you with the mindset that this time it's business, right?
Yeah, it's business. Yeah.
Yeah. Going in, McGoffin, y'all beat them first time around. Just looking at McGoffin County, what can McGoffin County? What can the problems that they give you? What can you see down the road that McGoffin can do to y'all?
Well, they've gotten so much better from the first game of the season. Barnett, he's a heck of a player, and they got the 2 Whitakers, and I'm not familiar with his name, but I think it's number 0.
Yeah, Walker Russell.
He played a big X factor in the championship game with the rebounds he had and putbacks. So I feel like it'll be evenly matched, and it'll be a hard-fought game to win.
How much film y'all watched?
A ton.
That's what I figured. So this week right here, you guys kind of heroes here in the city. How's this week been since that region title?
It feels good. It's been great. The community supported us, and they gave us something good to look back on when we're older. And it's been amazing, man.
Have y'all also took the tours around to the middle schools and stuff yet?
Not yet. No.
Yeah,
I think they're coming to us tomorrow morning for the send-off. So.
Oh, okay. So, what time y'all leaving tomorrow?
8:15.
Okay.
So, I was going to say, Darryl, what is your message to the Perry County Central faithful, the community? Listen, very few fan bases like the fan base that you have, but you're going to need them to turn out because once in a lifetime McGoffin County getting there, they're going to bring about 3,000 with them. Yeah. What's your message to Perry County and
Commodore Nation?
Yeah, Commodore Nation.
I'd say we'll do the same. I say it again, the best fans in the world, Perry County Central. Just got to show out.
Well, there you go. So right now, walking through, I would say if I was you, it would keep me up tonight, just anticipating that moment of walking back out because you was there as a freshman, but I'm sure you didn't play a big role. So, you walking out this time and actually playing a star role on that floor, you got to be excited for that, right?
Yeah, it means a whole lot more now.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Well, Trayton, we know we're not going to keep you any longer. We know you've had a tough practice. Y'all practiced at Alice Lloyd today, so we're going to let you go. And if you don't care, send one of your teammates over, and we'll get to know them. But want to thank you for taking the time out. We know it's a busy week for you, and we hope when you get down the RUP, hope you guys end up bringing some hardware back to the 14th region.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Trayton.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the D&D Sports Network Tip-Off Show.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Guys, we are back here at Perry Central High School as we have the state tournament tip-off show here. Kevin Keesley to my left, I'm Darryl McCoy, and we got Mr. Carter Castle here between us. The Carter, want to first, commend you on how much you have grown, and since the first game I watched you this season. First game I watched you, I was like, well, they got Kaiser, but they're struggling a little bit down low. And then as the year went on, when we come here and watched y'all play Hazard, I knew then, like, you're him. I mean, this team can rely on you. You can be that piece that helps this team win a state title. Talk about your role and how it has grown from the beginning of the year till now.
My role, we know that coming into the season that we wouldn't really have a big, and we just knew that we was gonna be undersized, so we know that some of us had to step up and just take part of being like the bigs, I guess, of the team.
playing next to Kaiser, talk about that 1-2 punch there, and the problems that you guys can give other teams.
Whenever me and him, sometimes we can get going, and then they will try to get switches, get mismatches, and we've been noticing to take advantage of the mismatch whenever they get the switch.
Well, that's what I noticed, especially not being the most length and size. Guys had to wear different hats this year. I probably called 6 of your games, and the one thing that you kind of remind me a little bit of a Peyton Dixon from Letcher Central, in that you can't really box you in, as averaging 14 and 6 on the year, do a little bit of everything, and you guys are so offensively gifted that 1 through 5, you can go to either one of you if there's a mismatch. Is that kind of how you guys operate, looking for mismatches, especially on your side, where you can pull some guys out at times?
Yeah, towards the end of the season and about middle of the season, we'd know that some plays would go good for us, and then some that we just know that we have to get the switch. And even if we have a small on us and then a big on one of the other smalls of ours, we need to take advantage of that, even if it wouldn't go down low each time. Just take them off the dribble.
Right.
Outside.
I think that's been one of the keys to success for you guys, is just how well you match up, or shall I say, the matchup nightmares you give other teams. What's been Coach Hoskins' message throughout the year of where we need to be? Early in the year, of course, you lost Mr. Beverly, a big part of last year's team and years prior, so you had to make some adjustments, and other pieces had to fit in. What was Coach Hoskins' message throughout the year of, okay, guys, this is the group we got, this is the group we're going to go to war with, this is what's going to get us to Rupp Arena? What's been the message?
The main thing's been defense.
Yeah.
We know that, and running offensive sets. We know losing him, being the main ball handler.
Yeah.
We know that we just someone have to step up and take that role. And then defense. Besides that, we know that we'd have to box out of the team and everybody just get rebounds and play help, because we wasn't big enough to handle everybody else.
So it's been by committee effort. It's been all hands on deck, rebounding, defending, and that's what great teams do. They're not afraid to wear a different hat if they have to. A lot of great teams over the years at Perry County Central, and a lot of tradition. Probably, again, a brother or a dad or uncle or grandpa's won a region title. What's those expectations like? Sometimes you put a jersey on, may not mean a whole lot. But you put that Perry County jersey on, and you're representing the past, the present, and you've got to represent for these younger kids. What's it mean, those high standards, and to represent Perry County Central?
Representing it feels amazing, and for the community, we know that the community's behind us, especially during the region district and everything. Our pep sections and communities just always shown out.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I've been waiting since I seen the draw when 14th versus 15th region, before the region championships was decided, was there ever any talk in the family about you possibly facing your uncle? Or
not much, because I just feel like that both of our teams, they wouldn't really cut out to make it out of the region.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's what a lot of people thought. And now that you know you're playing your uncle, how excited are you? I mean, I know you hate for either one of y'all to lose, but how excited are you for the opportunity to play your uncle?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be fun to play family down the road.
Yeah, I know he spoke very highly of you, and he definitely wishes you the best, and he, of course, he wants to win, but at the end of the day, he's always been. Or when we spoke to him, spoke very highly and proud of you and what you're doing here. But for you to take knowing McGoffin County is at task. That's got to, just like McGoffin County, when they seen that draw, I think both teams think that you guys can win. We got an advantage over them too. Talk about McGoffin County and how coaches prepared you, and maybe possibly getting that win and getting to the weekend.
Just the matchups. I think it'll be probably one of the best matchups that we could have had, especially with them. I feel like that about size, about the same. They might have a little bit of height on us and stuff, but I feel like that we can keep up with it. And even though we beat them by 5 in the regular season, that don't really matter now. But I think it'll be a close game and it'll be good.
Well, and as you sit here and look right now, we got a lot of people tuning in. We see Sharon Morris says Perry Central show up and show out at Rupp. Said see you there. We got William Madden says good luck Carter and to the team. Said we got Melissa Moore says good luck Carter, so proud of you. Is he ready to face his uncle? Kobe Holland says, and there's no intimidation for Carter against Uncle Scott, Melissa Moore says. So you definitely got your fans. It seems like you've become one of the fan favorites. You know, I know Coach knows the type of players I like, Coach, and this young man epitomizes every bit of it. He's a foxhole guy.
That's what I was going to say. Darryl calls you anytime we call the game. He says, that's my foxhole guy. And you can see why, because, again, you're willing to do all the little things to make Perry County Central successful. And then Darryl, he's still dropping 14-6 on the year, but he's setting screens, he's mismatching, he's doing a lot of other things on the floor.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes him different is, you know, he will do any role that Coach Hoskins tells him he needs to play that game, he'll do to make sure he wins. You know, talk about Coach Hoskins and what he means to you.
Coach Hoskins, he's always meant a lot to me since freshman year. When we went to Rupp, he told me and Trayton that we'd have to be ones to step up after the senior year had moved on after that season, and we knew that we was going to have to step up and play a big role in this team.
Well, you think we can get a bet with you and Coach Hoskins, or you and Coach Castler going loser shaves his head?
I don't know. He about had his head already shaved.
Yeah, that's true. Carter, you took care of business, you know, at Region. You had a very tough road getting there. You know what I mean? You faced Jaden Huff, and then you end up having to turn around and face Austin Sperry. You know, talk about how that 14th Region gauntlet that y'all played has y'all ready for Wednesday afternoon.
In the region, there are just a lot of good teams. We know that there wouldn't be no easy games, and when we faced up against Knott, we knew that we'd have to take Huff's drive away and play his pull-up, because if you play his drive too much, he'll hit that pull-up. And we knew that we'd have to take that away and kind of try to play everybody else straight up and have help defense and just depend on each other. And then moving to Sperry, we knew that if we took him out of it and got closeouts on the other people's shots, that it'd be a good game.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that matchup with Breathitt County. You knocked off the 14th Region defending champions. I'm sure there's a lot of blue in Powell County, but I'm sure Perry County brought a lot as well. Talk a little bit about overcoming that, getting that W. Look, it tells you what. All right, we can make things happen at Rupp.
Yeah, defeating Breathitt, I think that nobody thought that we'd make it out and win region, and just the underdogs throughout the whole thing. And they have a good team, but we had a
better team.
Yeah.
Just say it, had a better, especially on that night. And offensively, and this is what I like, you're going to Rupp Arena, and you're going to be playing both teams are playing really well offensively right now. So it should be, with that open court, it should be an absolute, maybe the best game of the entire week, Darryl McCoy, especially if you like offense.
Yeah.
And again, defense, they've gotten better. McGoffin County's prided themselves on defense. But make no mistake about it, both these teams can put points on the scoreboard.
They absolutely can. You know, my last question for you is, you know, obviously McGoffin County centers around, you know, their superstar Aiden Barnett. You know, he's playing at a different level right now. 3,000 point scorer, 15th Region Player of the Year. you know, how much of a focus of y'all's game plan has been on shutting him down?
It's been a big focus. We know that a lot of their, mainly almost all their plays has something involved to do with him, and if it ain't going to him, it's for someone else to try to draw someone else's attention and get him the open shot.
Yeah. Final thing, Perry County Central, they always bring it big. What's your message to the Commodore Nation?
I just want to thank them all for coming out and supporting us, even if when we had our up and downs.
Yeah, that means a lot. It ain't fickle, fair weather fans. They stick with you. They're ride or die, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Darryl McCoy, unbelievable.
Yeah, Carter, we're going to go to a commercial break. Want to take and thank you for taking the time out of your day to join. We know you just had a tough practice and, you know, want to get home, get that rest, and we want to make sure you're in tip-top shape so you can bring that hardware back to Perry County. And
all right.
But go down there. We look forward. You know, we're going to be bragging on you a lot between now and then. So make sure you don't let us down. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Carter Castle. We'll be right back on the state tournament tip-off show.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
I'm Bruce Walters with Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville, Kentucky. We have the area's largest selection of new Kias and more arriving daily. Come shop us in Pikeville. I guarantee you'll find the Kia for you. At Bruce Walters Kia, your new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Also at Bruce Walters Kia, you'll get free oil changes for life. Finding your new Kia is easy. Come shop us in Pikeville or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
Losing my voice, Darryl McCoy.
Back here at Perry Central High School, the state tournament tip-off show brought to you courtesy of Derek Bowling at Kentucky Farm Bureau, Scott Napier, Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, good friend Deshae Woolham at East Main Street Pharmacy, and Thomas Kemper at Kemper Furniture. We are here with Kaiser Sloan, coach, and listen, if Perry, you know, they don't, but if they had a star, it would be this young man. As you know, coming into the year, he's the one that everybody circled on the roster.
Well, one of the things I like about your game is, again, got to wear a lot of different hats. Size, not strength this year at Perry County Central overall size. But what I like, what you can do is you can guard multiple positions on the floor. You switch on screens, do a lot of different things. Really enjoy watching you play on the defensive end. Averaging 15 and a half on the year, leading the team in rebounding. Talk a little bit about what coach expects from you night and out. He says, this is what I need. Everything else is great, but I need you to do this.
Well, he to all of us, he says that we have to play defense.
Right.
His main emphasis every practice all year. That's what he's focused on. And we were struggling midway through the year, and I think that since a few weeks ago, we started kind of locking in on defense and actually really focusing up on it, and that's what's helped us start winning some games.
Yeah, we saw that turn, right, Darryl? We've covered several of their games, and defensively they continually got better. What got you over the hump? I don't say over the hump because it's always a battle or Breathitt, but going in, everybody, you're the underdog. Breathitt going to come in and get it done. What got it done for you guys in that 14th region championship game?
Well, again, it was just defense.
Yeah.
The first time we played Breathitt County, they had 3 players, I think, over 20.
Yeah.
And you can't win like that.
Right.
This time we held Gross and Hamilton, those two with 20 besides Sperry. We held those two to it was under 5 each. And I mean, Sperry is a great player. It's hard to stop him. Yeah. I don't know exactly how many he had, but we kind of held him too, and that.
Well, difference, just defensively, different mindset. Talk again when you entered this season. What did you expect your role to be, or what were you looking for your role to evolve? What did you say, I have to go in here and lead this team to get the rep? What did you say I have to do?
I just want to set a good example for the younger players because we're a young team. We have a lot of freshmen, sophomores that are playing, and I just wanted to come work hard every day in practice and kind of set a good example for the younger guys.
Well, I've said it, and I'll let Darryl McCoy ask you a few questions. One of my first big moments as a college coach came here to recruit. Place was hanging from the rafters here. You guys were playing Hazard, and I was recruiting Brian Kilburn, and Travis Ford was in here, a bunch of other college coaches. Just an unreal environment. Most special, to this day, the most unbelievable place I've been to watch a high school game. Some of the older, the OGs, the people that wore the uniform before, have they reached out to you and let you know how proud they are of you, or do you get to see those guys?
I've not really seen them. The only ex-player is Dame. He helps coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's a player coach.
Right,
He really helps us because he's a little bit younger, and I'm glad we have him this year. He's a great coach, and I'm glad
a
we
little
have
swag
him.
to him.
Yeah.
He carries a little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he
from
does.
what I hear. Is he over there? No, he's not over there.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Darryl.
Talk about the community and how they've stepped up, Kaiser. Obviously one of the biggest supporters is Derek Bowling. He's a proud Perry Central guy. But it's not just Derek Bowling, Kentucky Farm Bureau. The entire community has stepped up since y'all have won region and to wanting to make your trip down there the best possible. Talk about the love you're feeling from your community right now.
Oh yeah, especially in those region games, the place was packed. Our entire side, there wasn't a seat left. I really do appreciate all the community coming out and supporting. Our pep section was great. We haven't had a pep section like that in a long time, and I'm glad to see that some of the other kids that don't play sports was there, helping us out, because that can persuade a game. That can really change it. That's a big factor, and I just really appreciate them doing that.
Coach, I don't know whether you know it or not, but he's the big man on campus. He's QB1 too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he wears that tag. But talk about on the road to get here. You knocked off your former teammates, Not Central, a very good Not Central team. Talk about how that was and the little rivalry between you and them.
Well, that's a bunch of great guys. I hate that we have to play them. I've grew up with pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
They're some of my best friends, and I hate that we had to play in the second round. But, in the end, we knew one of us had to win, one of us had to lose. And, there wasn't no trash talking or nothing like that going on. Still just a bunch of friends out there. But I'm glad we could win. I hated to beat them, but I'm glad we did win.
Yeah, it just so happened y'all was on the same side of the bracket. And, at the beginning of the year, a lot of people, especially when you lost your PG, a lot of people counted y'all out and said, now Perry ain't got a chance, and it seemed like everybody focused on Knott, Hazard, and Breathitt from then on out. Talk about y'all's mindset, when y'all felt all them naysayers, saying that, Perry ain't got a chance now.
That just gave us motivation to work harder. Like I said, during the middle of the season, we was kind of struggling.
Yeah.
We was losing hope, honestly. But Shannon, our coach, just kind of, he gave us some pep talks, and he kind of got us back into it, telling us what people were saying, that stuff, and it kind of got us fired up, and it motivated us to work harder, especially defense, like I said. We really locked in on that, and it helped us a lot.
Now, Kaiser, you wasn't here the last time they went, right? You come the year after, right?
Yeah, year after.
Yeah, so, this is obviously your first trip to Rupp. Talk about, the feeling, since you won region, knowing that you're going to get to play on Rupp Arena. What's that feeling like?
That's a great feeling. I did get to play there once my sophomore year
at
Knott County. Yeah, we did win it. But, there's not – on that team, I was more of just kind of a –
yeah.
I was
just a role piece,
I wasn't – but I'm glad that I was able to step up this year and, kind of, like I said, have that leadership role. And, there's nothing like getting to play down there. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, I forgot all about you guys going then. So now this is, and, I've been down in Lexington. I know you're a UK fan because I've seen you down there during UK games and run into y'all. Just talk about, growing up as a little boy. Talk about, how every kid dreams of playing on Rupp Arena, and now you're going to get this time. It ain't you sitting the bench; it's you coming out there and being the star. You are the one everybody's watching.
Yeah, you know, it is a childhood dream. It's like a dream come true. I mean, that place is amazing. You know, it's huge, and just getting to play in front of that many people on that big court, it really does mean a lot. I can't wait to do it.
Who are some of your mentors that got you to this day?
My family, they've pushed me a lot, and then ever since I came over here, Shannon and all the coaches, they've really, you know, welcomed me in, made me part of the family, and I appreciate that, and that's helped me a lot, made me feel more comfortable.
And, you know, Coach Hoskins, you know, what's been his message this week? You know, trying to get y'all prepared, knowing that, you know, y'all got to face McCoy County on Wednesday.
Again, it's his defense.
Yeah.
That's really his focus.
Just driving it in.
Yeah, his defense, and he knows that Aiden Barnett, he's averaging almost 30 a game. We really have to kind of hold him a little bit, and we can't let some of their shooters get open shots, and we just got to lock in on defense.
Yeah, y'all played them already, beat them once this year, so, you know, now getting to play them again, you know, whenever y'all seen that y'all was playing the 15th region, you know, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people, it was going to take a lot to get to this point, but now that you're to this point, you know, do you feel confident, like, okay, you know, I mean, mentally, they're not a team from downstate that's going to have these Division I players on it. They're a team that we've already played, so there's not that fear factor, right?
Yeah, it helps that we've already played them because we kind of know what we're getting into. We know who can do what, kind of, and that helps a lot. I hope that we can step it up when we go down there and beat them again, but, you know, it's going to be hard. They're way better than they was at the beginning of the season. We beat them, which I think we were way better too. But it should be a good game, and I'm excited for it.
Well, listen, I've said this before, 14th region, I believe, I've mentioned this, Brett, that has maybe some of the most passionate fans, but nobody travels like Perry County Central.
No,
nobody.
No matter where we play, there's always a crowd.
So we're hearing they've sold out of T-shirts in McCoy County. 2,500 T-shirts gone. And that's the people that's showing up. What's your message to Commodore Nation? Probably you don't have to do a whole lot to get them down there because we already see how they travel. But what's your message to the fans of Perry County Central?
Just keep showing up and supporting us. We're going to work as hard as we can to make it happen, go as far as we can. And I just thank you for supporting us as much as you already have.
Yeah, you got to love it. And, again, nobody travels like Perry County Central. It's like Kentucky basketball. You better believe no matter where they go to 16th region, 15th region, they can go up Phelps. They'll pack out Phelps, Darryl McCoy.
Yeah, they absolutely will. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, you guys down there because, as you said, you know, I mean, this is something that, you know, you've been blessed to go there twice. It normally, you know, don't happen for anybody. So, Kaiser, you know, I mean, I've been since you from not Central, you know, I've been close to your family, and, you know, you've been one of the kids I've had a closer relationship with in the 14th region before we even started covering the 14th. So, you know, to see you get there, you know, I'm really excited, you know, for you to have that opportunity, and definitely excited that your family's going to get to witness, because I know that they've put in as many hours as you know, logging you to games and practices and all that stuff. You know, I mean, they are your biggest supporters. When you said that, you know, I mean, Coach, he's not lying. You know, his family does got his back, and, you know, so to see you down there, man, I'm going to be excited, and I hope you guys can get the job done and bring a state title back to the 14th region.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. Kaiser, we're going to let you get us who are we going to have up next here, Kaiser?
Either Mason or Tyson, whichever one.
Okay, get Tyson next.
All right.
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Tyson Neese.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Start the new year off right by making your health a priority. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic can help you do just that. We have a great staff of professionals offering a variety of services like medical, dental, behavioral health, mat program, case management, chiropractic, radiology, and lab testing. Little Flower Clinic offers free transportation for Perry County patients. Call to make an appointment, 487-9505. Quantum Healthcare, 436-0711. And East Kentucky Chiropractic, 487-8255.
We're back here at Perry Central High School, the state tournament tip-off show, here with the Perry Central Commodores. Kevin Keithley to my left. I'm Darryl McCoy. And, Coach, we have none other than Perry Central guard Tyson Neese with us.
Well, listen, if his last name's Neese, he's a baller. A lot of tradition and history with Neeses around here. I used to know a guy by the name of Kenneth Neese that played at Buckhorn. Do you know Kenneth Neese?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of him? He was a superstar during his Buckhorn days. He went to the state tournament, went on to coach. Yeah, if you got Neese blood in you, you're a baller, brother.
Yeah, Tyson, what for people that's not watched Perry Central, explain your role on this team.
Well, I just bring the ball up the court, and try to be the playmaker, get our star players open.
Well, Darryl, that's what I was going to say. Is with the exodus of Mr. Beverly, other players had to step up and fit in, and you were one of those guys. You had to say, you know what? Now I got to be that guy that's got to handle the rock, got to take care of business, got to value the ball. What did Coach Hoskins tell you? Okay, because now all of a sudden responsibility grows, more pressure on your shoulders. What did he come to you and say? This is what I need out of you for us to be successful.
He just told me I'd have a big role. I had to step into Ridge's footsteps, play like he did.
Which is a huge role because he had been the man for 2 or 3 years, Darryl. And you've done a tremendous job, and you've done a little bit of everything. When me and Darryl come and commentate these games, again, I think we've probably called 6 of your games this year. You're not looking like Ridge was more of a guy that might look for a shot sometimes. No problem with that, right? If you got a score in PG, but you're more of a guy that says, you know what? I know I got guys around me. I'm going to get on the rock. Is that kind of your mindset?
Yeah, I'm a pass first guard.
Yeah, that's Darryl McCoy's kind of guy.
Yeah. I like the ones just like Tyson. You know, he digs down on defense and distributes the ball on offense. You know, and talk about Coach Hoskins and how your road did step up when you lost your PG. How he had to depend on you to step up and play a bigger role.
He's a great coach. He knew I could do it. And he felt like I could do it, and I stepped up, tried what I could.
So you get all the confidence right from him.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I know y'all played McGoffin early in the season. Did you get to play a lot against them? Or?
I started against them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So facing McGoffin County, you obviously know what a tough task it is to slow Aiden Barnett down.
Yeah.
Talk about this time around what the game plan is.
He's a great player, and we just gotta keep him from getting in the gaps and attacking us. Try to make him a shooter as much as we can. He can shoot it too, but we'd rather him stay out there than in the paint.
Now, is the mindset, stop him and make somebody else beat you, or is it, stop everybody else? And taking and with that mindset, not giving away too much. But what was the game plan last time, and how do y'all attack Aiden Barnett?
I feel like we're just going to try to play him straight up, do what we can with him, and if it's not working, we'll switch it up.
Yeah, you got to have confidence in your guy that's guarding him, right?
Yep.
Well, I like that, and you nailed it. And not to give anything away that people don't know, Aiden Barnett's. This may surprise you, though. May probably don't surprise you. Aiden Barnett's hit 318 two-point field goals this year. He's number one in the state in two-point field goals. So he's hit. Now listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm not mistaken, 30 in the 30s threes. So probably a good idea to try to keep him on the perimeter. But I like the idea of playing him straight up, Darryl.
Yeah. You growing up, you seem like one of the kids that's really soaked in that Commodore blood.
Yeah.
Talk about what it means to be a Perry Central Commodore.
Everybody wants to be a Commodore. It's just great community, fan base.
It's great.
And well, a lot of people say they have the toughest and the best rivalry game. Is there a better rivalry game than Hazard Perry?
I think it's got to be one of the best rivalries in Kentucky.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And here's the thing about Aiden Barnett right now is you faced a big time star last week in Sperry. You also faced Jaden Huff. Knowing that you played two players like that back to back, does that give y'all a little bit more faith knowing players like that don't scare us?
Yeah, it gives us a lot of confidence playing against people like that, getting us ready for these kind of games.
I was going to say, when I watch you compete and play, you're a solid, steady force on the court. Only a sophomore? Junior. Yep. But your play is if you've had that rock in your hand your entire life, big moments, big stage. It seems as though you never get rattled. You just play calm, cool, and collected. Is that confidence, your self-confidence in the work you put in, is that the coach is giving you that? Where's that coming from?
I think a lot of it comes from Shannon Hoskins.
Yeah.
Just telling me to be myself, play calm, don't let them frustrate me.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of people tuning in here. Opal Eversole says, good luck, guys. We see Brex Kilburn says, my guy right there. Brandy Gobring says, good luck, Tyson. So, growing up in this community, who was the players that you looked up to and you wanted to be someday that wore that Perry Central uniform?
I'd like to say Dame, Braxton, and you had Dan, coach. Yeah. Dame's coach, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them around here that I've talked to.
Yeah,
Braxton Beverly. How would we forget about that young man?
Yeah. Wow. One thing I want to ask you, when we look back here and we see this court, it's one of a kind. How fun is it playing on this black court?
It's fun. The community that comes, games are always packed out. It's fun.
Yeah, this is, Coach, there's very few 4A schools in our area, and Perry Central's one of them. Perry and Letcher, Johnson Central, I think, is the only three in our covered. Well, maybe Boyd County, I think, is the. But knowing that you guys are that big a school, that means if you make this roster, you're a player. Talk about the first time you put on that Perry Central uniform, and did you ever think that you would get a wear at Rupp Arena?
It was the goal from the beginning, playing and sitting on the bench supporting the guys. It was the goal.
Yeah. Knowing that you'll be down at Rupp Arena, Wednesday afternoon, playing. Are you a Kentucky fan? You one of them kids that's grew up all the time dreaming of that?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be anything like it, right?
No better feeling.
You're probably not gonna sleep till Wednesday, are you?
No, probably not.
Right now, you more nervous, or more excited?
I'm really excited to play this game. You got a little nerves, but they all come out.
Yeah. Tyson, I tell you, as you've at this year here, you've stepped up and you've had to fill voids, and like Coach said, you never get too high, you never get too low, and your team's going to be depending on you to make some big time plays, because I can guarantee you, McGoffin County, they're going to be keying in on Kaiser, Carter, Trayton, so it could come down to you or Mason knocking down shots.
We've done it before.
Yeah,
we can do it.
There you go. The coach.
The last thing I've asked the other guys, most well-traveled fan base, maybe in all of the mountains, Commodore Nation. What's your message to your fans heading into Wednesday?
We love them. It's a big impact on the game having those fans there.
It's that sixth man, and they've always provided it, and no doubt they'll bring it again on Wednesday against McGoffin County.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the countdown to tip-off, state tournament tip-off show here at Perry Central. We'll be right back with Mason Summers.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price.
Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
Are you ready to join the future of coal mining? At Black Hawk Mining, we are a national leader in the production of metallurgical coal with a foundation built on a strong safety culture and an unmatched work ethic. We're not just co-workers, we're a family, and together we create an environment where everyone can thrive and make their mark. We invite you to join our team at Black Hawk Mining as we continue to build on our tradition while empowering the next generation of coal miners. Black Hawk Mining, shaping the future of coal production today.
Back here at Perry Central High School, you're watching the state tournament tip-off show here thanks to Derek Bowling at Kentucky Farm Bureau, Scott Napier at Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, Deshae Woolham and our friends at East Main Street Pharmacy, and Thomas Kemper at Kemper Furniture. Coach Kevin Keithley to my left, I'm Darryl McCoy, and we are sitting here with the youngest starter coach of the Perry Central Commodores. This is Mr. Mason Summers.
Well, listen, Mason, that's the first thing I was going to ask you. See, I was already knew, right, that you was a sophomore?
Yeah.
Right, I already had the scoop. I was going to ask you, what playing with a more of a veteran lineup, what's it been like? How the guys treated you? Sometimes the younger guys, they can take a little bit of the blame, or they can get pushed around a little bit in practice sometimes. What's it like playing with this group of guys, the older guys? Have they got you ready for the moment?
Yeah, no, I got some really good teammates. They always had my back, and I've learned a lot from them, and they just supported me all year.
Yeah. I was going to say, Darryl, you mentioned off air they just got back from Pippa Passes, the middle of nowhere. How was that practice? Wanted to get a larger court, 94 by 50 feet.
Yeah.
What was that practice like, and what did that entail? What did you guys get done at Pippa Passes in Alice Lee College?
We just knew we had to get used to that big court, so we went up there and practiced, get up and down a little bit, and we went over McCoy County mostly.
Yeah, a little scouting,
Yeah.
a little report, and just kind of stay in rhythm.
Yeah.
That's what that's about right now. Darryl, listen, again, can promise you it will be a sea of red, right?
Yeah.
Red and black at Rupp Arena. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. I mean, you've talked about this. Could be one of the larger early session games that Rupp Arena's seen in terms of fan bases.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see that with all the mountain teams in it. Mason, that's what you was talking about your teammates and you being the young guy on the team. Who's the guy you go to if you're having issues or confidence issues on the floor? Who's the one that helps you out?
Well, Trayton, I go to him a lot. He supports me a lot, and if I mess up on the court, he's always there to tell me what to do, what I did wrong. Then also on the coaches, Dame's always there to help me, and he's always supporting me.
Well, you do a little bit of everything on the court. You're kind of I wear a lot of hats guy. And a Perry Central, that's kind of the makeup. You guys are kind of the blue-collar team. If I got to do this, I'll jump in and do it. But more so maybe than anybody, you're what I would call, and I'm not going to watch you as much as some of these 15th region teams, but I think we've caught probably 6 of y'all's games. But you're sort of that glue guy. It's like, what do you need me to do? I'll go out and get it done, Coach. What has Coach Hoskins said, I need this from you?
He just tells me to play defense and go get rebounds and just do what the team needs me to do to win.
Yeah. Talk about, the road to getting here, not Central, then Breathitt, talk about how that's got you prepared for to face McCoy County.
We've had to play some really tough teams, and those teams have some really good players on them. And they were all tough games, and we just took it game by game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're like any kid. Did you grow up a Kentucky fan?
Yeah.
So this is probably a dream come true for you because this is your first trip.
Well, I was on the team 2 years ago when they went.
You dressed as a middle school?
Wow,
yeah.
That's big time.
Oh, okay. So for you, your second trip, obviously this is your first one playing a starting role.
Yeah.
How's this one going to be different for you?
It's going to be nice getting to play on that court and just get that experience.
At the beginning of the year, a lot of people, I think as the year went on, a lot of people had y'all as one of the favorites at the beginning, and then I think, toward the middle of the year, I think everybody, kind of counted y'all out. Talk about, how y'all have used that for motivation.
We had some things happen, and we had guys step up, and we had a rough year sometimes, but we got it together at the end and came together and got it done.
Well, you got 22 wins. That's a pretty dang good year, even by Perry County Central standards. Sometimes a 20-win season, they're still not getting it done. But 22 wins, 14th region championship. How's it been this week heading in? How's the fans treated you? And was this one of the more? Has the fans kind of been like, look, this is kind of one of the more unexpected 14th region championships, or has it been like we knew you guys were going to get it done all along? They never wavered.
Yeah, it's been nice. Our fans have supported us the whole time, and we knew they had confidence in us, and they thought we was going to win, but no, most people counted us out.
Yeah. What was that locker room like the entire year? Was it sometimes, and it's a good thing sometimes a locker room can kind of fluidity, kind of move and go and come back together. Had that locker room stay together the entire year?
Yeah, we try to stay together most of the year and just stay together and talk to each other and pick each other up on the court. Just not let each other get our heads down. Just keep our heads up.
As a sophomore, you can still find ways to lead. I always tell my son that, as my son's a freshman. You can find ways to be vocal. You can find ways to lead by example. What do you find best works for you as a basketball player?
I just try to pick my teammates up when they do something wrong. Just keep their head up. Don't let them get their head down.
Yeah, be a good teammate. It goes a long way, Darryl.
Yep, it absolutely does. As you're sitting here, right now, when between now and then, what are some of the things that you're excited about? As you being one of the young guys on the team, looking forward to the trip to Lexington. What are some of the things that you're excited for?
I'm excited to just get that experience with my teammates. Just go down there and have fun, win or lose, just have fun.
Yeah, Coach Hoskins, what kind of coach is he and what's he mean to you?
He's a really good coach. He means everything to me. He's always supported me and just helped me out in any way he can.
Yeah, now, you guys obviously went down Alisoy and practiced today. Do you think that bigger court and that floor helped you a little bit get prepared for Rupp?
Yeah, I think them letting us practice on that court helped us a little bit. Helped us get used to the different sides of the court.
Yeah, different optics, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me kind of get this word out. Visualizing,
yeah.
Right, Darryl? So important.
Visually different.
Yeah, it helped you see it. Okay, I see 94 by 50, and believe me, those things pay off. Whether it's you visualize the steps in your mind, how things play out. Perfect example, Tug Valley. We go down for a send-off show, and Rabbit Thompson has his guys sit down for 10 minutes, and he visualizes step by step how the game's going to play out. And lo and behold, the championship game plays out very similarly to how the game ends, Darryl McCoy. And those guys seen it in their mind before they actually had it happen on the court. And make no mistake about it, that I believe wholeheartedly that played a part in Tug Valley winning the West Virginia state title. Getting on that, that can't be overstated that Coach Hoskins got you on that 94 by 50 court just to see it and see it. Okay, it is a little bigger, it is a little wider. So that's good that Coach Hoskins got you down there. What's your message to the Perry County Central faithful as you get ready for Wednesday? What do you want to tell those guys?
We've had really good fans all year, and I just hope they show out at Lexington and there's a bunch of red in the fans and everybody's there supporting us.
Well, you got no doubt about that, Darryl. There'll be thousands upon thousands in that Rupp Arena. It's going to turn red. You better believe it. Have you heard from any of the OGs of Perry County Central or people that's won in the past since you've cut the nets down?
Yeah, I mean, Dame's on the coaching staff. He did it when he was here.
Yeah.
He's just been really supportive to us.
Dame was a baller, Darryl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely was. And, that's one thing, Mason, this time here, obviously, like Trayton, he was on that team before, it was all fun. And then this time it's business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you right now, what you're, this opportunity you're getting don't come around a lot. So, soak it in, have fun, cherish it. But, you go down there and you get that win and make it to the weekend, then all of a sudden, you're remembered in a different way. So, but I want to take and thank you for taking the time. Coach, any last words?
No, listen, go out and enjoy the moment, embrace the moment, and go out and do what you do best, and great things will happen.
Well, we will. We're going to take and let you go. We know Coach Hoskins is busy too. We know you want to get some rest, so make sure you go out there and you rep it well for Commodore Nation, and hopefully we'll be sitting here in about a month with you with the state championship trophy right in front of you.
Hopefully.
All right, thank you, Mason.
Thank
Guys,
you,
we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here live from Perry Central High School.
Are you ready to join the future of coal mining? At Blackhawk Mining, we are a national leader in the production of metallurgical coal with a foundation built on a strong safety culture and an unmatched work ethic. We're not just co-workers, we're a family, and together we create an environment where everyone can thrive and make their mark. We invite you to join our team at Blackhawk Mining as we continue to build on our tradition while empowering the next generation of coal miners. Blackhawk Mining, shaping the future of coal production today.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett Furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price.
Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
All right, guys, we are back here at Perry Central High School, Coach. It's the state tournament tip-off show. Thanks to Derek Bowling at Kentucky Farm Bureau, Scott Napier, Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, Deshae Woolham, East Main Street Pharmacy, and Thomas Kemper at Kemper Furniture. Guys, we have the man, we have the leader here, Coach Shannon Hoskins with us. Coach, this ain't your first trip. This ain't your first rodeo. Talk about the, I guess the region tournament and how you got here.
It was an exciting tournament all the way through. I thought every game we played was an exciting game, right up to the end. Really, we made a couple of them very interesting at the end. Our guys have been on a roller coaster ride all year, up, down. In the beginning of the year, we start off hot, 7-1. Have some things go on and kind of have that lull in the middle where we had a rough time, and then down on the back end we came back and put it all together on the end, and it's all a credit to the kids. They battled through the hard times and the adversity that we had, and they got it done in the end. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, obviously, I mean, you lost the point guard you loved and cared about, and, y'all guys had to rebuild from that, because that was your identity for so long. And now, you had to have other guys step up, and, I think you knew what Kaiser, Carter, and Trayton was, but, Tyson and Mason had to step up and play bigger roles. Talk about having them prepared for this moment.
Well, any team that you have that somebody gets thrust into a role before they're ready, yep, you never know what the outcome's going to be until you throw them out there in the heat. And I thought these guys handled that supremely well.
Yeah.
We had a rough time in that first part of Missing Ridge because he's such an integral part of what we've done and what we were during that time. He's just such a good player, and he's steady, and he's always going to have you in the right spot, and you miss that. But as time went on, other guys stepped up, and we didn't really do it by one guy, but we did it by committee, and they were really impressive in that tournament. I'm telling you, I felt like down the stretch we made a few boo-boos, but until that point, they were really solid in every game we played.
Coach, I'll be honest, one thing that I always tell people is, you guys, one thing about your teams is no matter when it is, you can never count a Coach Hoskins team out because you guys always find a way. This is probably the most unlikely year of y'all getting here, right?
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah,
I would say you're right.
And then to face the gauntlet that you did in the 14th region, having to face not Central, who most people thought was the third best team, and then you faced, what a lot of people thought was the best in Breathitt, that's kind of got to have you prepared. You guys just went through them too. I'm sure these boys right now are on a confidence high, right, heading into McGoffin.
Absolutely. Well, I think it started in the district final against Hazard.
Yeah. So you faced all three, right?
Yeah. That game was tied with about 4 minutes to go, and they were such a good team this year. They had it all together, and the first time they beat us pretty handily. The second game we played them a little closer, but
we was here for both your regular seasons, right?
I kind of felt like that game we kind of had a shot to win it, even though they pulled it out in the end. We really showed some moxie in that game, and then rolling into the first game of the region without Kaiser, who was sick, and Landon Miller stepping up big, and the other guys coming up big. It just kind of, I think, build up, and we kind of rolled into winning it more than just dominating something. I think the confidence and everything that we got off that first game and the Hazard game kind of built us into it.
Now, was the Knott game, was that the game that Kaiser was sick? Or?
No, the Powell kind of game, the first game.
Yeah, the Powell game. That's what me and Coach, I remember we was calling a game somewhere else, and when we heard that Kaiser wasn't playing, we was like, it's rough on their home floor going down there, region at Powell, and but somehow you guys found a way to get it done, Coach. Listen, I want to know what the secret to your success is.
Good players, guys. Good players. It's always a coach's dream to coach good players.
Yeah, here this is like a lot of schools. I just went down and covered the West Virginia State tournament, and Tug Valley's a little different than most places because it's a basketball school. You guys are, kind of the same history, historic program here, talking about, the players that's played before. Coach mentioned numerous times, Brian Kilburn, who's played for him, and then, you take and look at Beverly, and, it just keep going down the line at the great players. What's different about Perry Central basketball than elsewhere?
Well, I just think what you're talking about, there's tradition here. Anytime you have tradition, the next group wants to live up to the last group. The next group wants to live up to the last group, and you just try to keep that rolling. And our grade schools do a great job of developing kids, and then when they get up here, they see what it is before them, and then they want to live up to that. And as long as you can keep that going, I think you're going to have a good program.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, you got the number one grade school in the mountains coming up in that East Perry group, so I don't see this pipeline ending. Do you, Coach?
No, really good feeder program. Coach, I was going to ask you, sometimes as a basketball coach, people talk a lot about the pressure of standards and excellence and having to come back year after year and meet that bar by the fans, and a lot of times that's a little overhyped as coaches because we're so tunnel vision that we're focused on just getting it done. But in some aspects, I believe, Coach, it's good to have those expectations because, as you mentioned, you got the kids coming in saying, look, we got to meet those. We got to come out and perform night in and night out. We got to live up to how those seniors played, or how our brothers played, our dads played. Talk a little bit about the expectations here at Perry County Central and how that actually that may play a little bit into the overall success year in and year out, those expectations.
Absolutely. I think anytime you have expectations, job, whatever you do, it brings out the best in you. And as coaches, having that pressure on you, that expectation, I think it's good for you. It helps you be the best you can be, and then in turn, you're going to put that pressure on your players, and you know what they say, pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah.
And I think we've been lucky enough to have a lot of diamonds through the years.
Yeah, you have a lot of great teams. Where did you play high school, Coach?
I played 2 years at Napier and 2 years at Clay County. 2
years at Napier and at Clay County. What years were those at Napier?
89 and 90.
Who'd you play for?
Denny Fugit.
Yeah. Okay. So those Napier teams, a lot of tradition there as well. So
yes.
As a player, Clay County. Well, let's not even talk about that. But you coming in, you understood what it meant to be a winner, right?
Absolutely. I've been lucky enough to be a part of a lot of good winning programs under good coaches, and they've put the heat and the pressure right on me, and I loved it as a player. So I enjoy the turnaround now.
And I know Darryl's probably got some comments, but I wanted to ask you this before I forgot. What's been the tougher aspect this year? The locker room or the court, the dynamic of keeping these guys together when maybe things got a little Beverly leaving, a great player. What's been the tougher aspect of it? Or has it both been genuinely just as
equally as hard?
Yeah, equally as hard.
I'm going to say that probably the adjustments on the floor for us was harder. We've been blessed with great kids, and I don't think we had a lot. Even when the things happened, we didn't have a lot of internal struggle. It was more or less just learning to play without somebody that was a 4-year starter,
right?
And learning the new roles that we had to take on, and I see that as probably our biggest challenge this year.
The Andrew Sewell says, "Good luck Wednesday, Coach." So
my first point guard.
Oh, was it?
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
So
Wow.
well, he's following you here, and
Heck of a player.
He was a heck. Didn't he win 14th region?
He did.
Player of the year.
He did.
Yeah. So you're sitting here, and talk about this week in the community. I mean, we see obviously Derek Bowling's one of your biggest supporters here. He stepped up, supported y'all every step of the way. But talk about, some of the community and the businesses around about what that means to you to have that kind of support.
Hour and a half away to Powell County, the stands was full. That's everything when you do this job. The respect and the community being behind you and getting to the games. In that final game, it felt like Olive Breathitt and Olive Perry was there supporting their teams. It was a fantastic atmosphere, and anytime you do this job, you want to have that as a player, as a coach, or whatever. You want to have that community aspect involved. And speaking of Derek, he's been phenomenal for us for a couple years now. Just anything that we've needed to get or whatever, he's been there to help us out, and a lot of the community has been that way. So it's a special place, Perry Central is.
Well, he played an integral part. Obviously, we would cover y'all from afar before, but y'all wasn't in our core coverage area till this year. And Derek Bowling was the one that brought us here. He was one of the key proponents that got us here. So we couldn't thank him enough, because if not, we wouldn't be sitting here today. And one thing that I want to mention is, when y'all seen that draw come out, and you seen you was playing the 15th region, obviously you probably was like, okay, we still got to get work, and it's probably where you was at the season at that time. It was probably still a tall mountain. You probably didn't even know if you'd get to this moment, but now that you're here, you face McCoy County. Do you think that will help the boys, get them early nerves that you usually see at Rupp Arena? Do you think the stage and the moment will still oversee it being McCoy County?
I think there's going to be nerves on both sides. Just in general, when you go on Rupp, there's nothing that can prepare you for that except for that.
Yeah.
I think there'll be nerves. I think there's familiarity there, but I don't think they are the same team or we are the same team that played in that first night. So, I think there's a lot of things that we're going to have to fill out on each other, and it'll be a typical tournament-type atmosphere, tournament-type game, filling each other out early and then trying to figure out what works.
Yeah, knowing on the way here, your last 3 games that you faced Evan Eversole, Jaden Huff, Austin Sperry, do you think that helps the boys get prepared for Aiden Barnett?
I think it helps in the aspect of, hey, we can stop or we can
slow down an
elite player, but they're all different, and Aiden himself brings something different than we saw.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough
Aiden's a different animal. 3,000 career points, and he's now when you sit there and look, I don't know whether you know it or not, but I'm sure it's come across your radar because everybody's talking about it. One of your players has an uncle on the sideline over there, and Carter gets to play against his uncle. Talk about Scott. I'm sure that, as long as both of y'all's been in this game, y'all have come across each other's path a few times.
Absolutely. We've actually played each other the last 2 years in the DJ Begley Classic, and
Oh, okay.
I've got to know Scott a little bit. He's a heck of a basketball coach, and he's done a phenomenal job over there. And to take somebody to the state tournament for the first time ever, my goodness, that is something.
100 years in that school history, and and like I said, you guys are used to it here. It's almost become, it's a lot like I grew up in Belfry. In Belfry football, we're spoiled, as fans, because we get there so often. There, what they've been through with the tornadoes and and then the bus crash, and I mean, that community had been through a lot. So I'm sure that you're going to have Commodore Nation there, but the thing that the boys are going to have to get used to is that probably everybody that's not for Perry Central is going to be against Perry Central, because they're the underdogs, in this story. So I mean, that's the thing that I mean, that crowd, I really I would say, you're probably hoping more than ever that Commodore Nation gets down to Lexington and shows up, because y'all's going to need them, right?
We definitely need them. We need every soul to close up and come on down and see us if they can. It'll be an intense game, and I know they're going to have a great crowd, and we want to have a great crowd. I know we're taking a couple pep buses down, and we're going to have a nice student section, so we hope the community can come down and support us in that early game.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about that early game, is sometimes people can't get off work, but we're hoping.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, normally if you get to play, second, third game, normally at least the boys got to sit around, watch, relax a little bit. But all of a sudden everything's thrown on their plate. The stage, the lights, and
first team to go out. All the nerves are on you, kind of.
That's it. And so what's the itinerary like? What y'all's playing? Going down, where you staying at? Y'all got plans going out eating? What's the deal down there?
We've not planned beyond. We're going down tomorrow, practicing at Georgetown College. Going back to our hotel over in Hamburg, and watch a lot of film and just try to get our minds straight. I've not planned beyond that as far as going out, whatever. We're going down there to win games if possible.
Business trip, right?
It is.
Yeah. And talking to some of these young guards, you could tell that they's like, yeah, we went there a couple of years ago, but we really didn't get to play. We was just bench pieces. But now, I mean, their mindset's a little bit different, because this time around they know what it's like to go down there and lose.
Right. I think Trey and Carter were the only two on that 2022 team that saw a little action that year, and they were very minimal.
Yeah.
So they know what the experience is like, but they don't know what it's like from this angle.
Yeah.
So it'll be a big boost for them to get in there and mix it up early and see what it's about, and then see what they can do and show the state what they can do.
Kaiser coming over from from Knott Central a couple of years ago. Talk about how that kid's been these last couple of years and what he means this program.
Phenomenal kid. Kaiser's a great athlete. I mean, he was the quarterback who took us to a playoff game on that end. Hit some big shots in that third quarter, fourth quarter. Hit some free throws to take us to the state tournament. I mean, he played a key, integral role in both teams being successful. So there's nothing but good things that you will ever hear from anybody in Perry Central speak about Kaiser. He's been phenomenal here.
Yeah, Kaiser, before we even covered 14th full time, Kaiser, we kind of built that relationship, and we've covered Kaiser for a few years now, and he just people don't realize, if you meet Kaiser Sloan, I mean, you'll fall in love with the kid, because off the court he's just as good of a kid as he is a player, right?
Great kid, and never gets excited over anything.
No.
Just cool.
Yeah.
Straight-headed.
And so you're going down to Georgetown to practice Alice Lloyd today. As a coach, and I'm sure Coach Keithley, your mindset having them play on them college floors, bigger floors. What's for the people at home that's not a coach? What's your mindset and why are you having them do that?
Well, the shooting backgrounds, the space you got so much more space. You don't want to start your offense too soon. You're going to have to go a little farther to get your sets and things started at the right time. Get up and down. Okay, we're running our break. You're going to stop at the foul line if you run where you normally do. You gotta run it on out.
Yep.
So everything that you do on those bigger courts, getting that repetition and mind memory of what you need to be, where you need to be, and what you need to do is great, I think.
And
my opinion.
I tell you one thing that I seen in the West Virginia State Tournament, and I seen it in the 15th Region Tournament. And kids really struggle with that three-point line, stepping back behind the college line and not realizing, they don't have to step back behind that line. And you see a lot of kids coming up short. So, hopefully that'll help them get used to that too.
That's the hope. I don't know. Will they have the college line on there as well?
I think they. Yeah, I think they do.
It'll probably still be on there, but
yeah.
Coach, to win big and to go through that rapids. Those crazy rapids that coaches go through the year, you got to have a strong support staff, got to have a strong inner circle that sometimes you rely on. Who are some of the people over the years, and not just over the years, as maybe this year, that's played a big part of, I can confide in, or people that's a part of that inner circle of your coaching inner circle? Could be family, could be colleagues.
Well, I mean, always my wife. I could never give her enough shout outs for her to let me do what I do. She takes care of everything. I have 2 kids that's playing basketball, volleyball, everything. She gets them where they need to go while I'm doing this. So she's first and foremost always. But just your staff, you spend so much time around your staff, and you eat with them, and you go to other ball games to scout with them. You're with them basically like they're your family 24/7, and those are the guys that we really lean on each other through the year to get you through the hard times.
Yeah. What do you, as a basketball coach, you've been in a long time, right? So
yeah.
Hey, you got to kind of figure it out in terms of what your strength is as a basketball coach. What do you feel you bring to the table as a basketball coach that, man, I get that done. I know I excel in that particular area.
If I had to say one strength, I would probably say that when I was a player, I was able to see what was coming before it was coming. Sometimes in the games, as a coach, I'm still able to feel it, see it,
right,
when it's coming and what's coming, and that helps me in preparation, and it helps me sometimes to make adjustments in game.
That's what I'm going to say, substitution patterns. A lot of times you see it, okay, you can play 2-3 plays ahead. Yeah.
Chris Ward says that Perry and McGoffin sucks. They have to play in the first round, 2 Eastern Kentucky teams, but could be the best game of the first round. And then we see Noah Beck says, go Doors. Titus Pollard says, love these boys. Says especially Tyson Neese. Jason Miller says, can't wait to see Landon run through that tunnel. Go Perry. And then we see Brandy Gobring says, go Commodores and good luck, coach. And Jacqueline Cotton says, good luck to you, coach, and thanks for everything. Hopefully Commodores play hard. So you see a lot of love coming through on the comment section, coach, but as we said, you're a day away now. How many times is this now that you've?
This is my 4th trip as a head coach.
Wow. 4th trip as a head coach. Did you ever make it as an assistant? Or?
Yeah, we made it in 2011 here under Coach Hatcher. So that's one there and one as a player. So this is my 6th trip.
6th trip.
Overall.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I don't know if you've missed one as a coach. Well, that's got to be kind of awkward because, like I come from the point is, my view is. I know how hard it is to get there because it never happened. It's happened, quite often. So, that's got to be one of the reasons, Coach, that these kids, respect and have the confidence in Coach Hoskins because they know that he's been there so often. He knows what it takes. He knows the recipe to get there. And, I'm sure, like we talked to Kaiser and them will go, they said, when tough times hit you, they knew Coach Hoskins had the answer to get them
get them out of that situation. So, it's got to feel good knowing that this group here, I told somebody the other day, they said, when y'all name, the coach of the year this year, who are the front runners? And I said, I don't see how Coach Hoskins ain't one of the, definite front runners. After what you've been through, of course, Coach Castle, everybody knew they was a top 3 team coming in, and I think a lot of people had y'all top 4, but then in the middle of the year, I think a lot of people mailed it in, and it was like, Perry, their shot's gone. It's these 3 teams. So this right here, in my mind, might be your best coaching job yet, what you've done with this young group. And, I say young, but, you got quite a few veterans on there. But, having them young players step up like this, as a coach, is this one here any different? Is there anything that stands apart from this trip than the other trips?
Absolutely. I mean, back to that, it's all about these kids. Us as coaches, we're going to do our jobs. We're going to go out. We're going to work. We're going to do what we need to do. It's them that buys in. It's them that believes in each other. It's them that believes in us. And I'm going to put it all back on them. They chose to do all those things. And anytime you have that, what you're talking about now, it makes it more special. Because the other teams that we've taken, we were supposed to go.
Yeah.
We had the best team probably from beginning to end. This one, roller coaster ride, never knew what was coming next, and they were able to gather the intestinal fortitude to put it together at the end themselves. And there's nothing more special than that as a coach, to see them succeed against all odds.
Expectations a little different this time. This time it's kind of, you're playing with house money down there, and you go down and win. Then now we get things going. The pressure ain't on you like before when y'all was expected, to win. So it's a little different road for you. I look forward to seeing how you guys, really come out and play, knowing, because you guys have continued to defy odds up to this point. So, come Wednesday, when y'all line up against McGoffin County, I'm going to be really intrigued to see how these boys respond, and if that moment gets too big, and which team does the stage supersede. Because McGoffin, like I said, it's the first time in 100 years. They do got Aiden Barnett, who doesn't get rattled, but you guys, and they got 9 seniors on that team.
Mm-hmm.
You got a few young pieces. Will it be the tradition of Perry Central, or will it be the veteran lineup of McGoffin that gets that win? So you're going to have a lot of eyes all around the state watching that first matchup. And Coach, to see you once again get here, I couldn't be more happy for you, man. I mean, you've always treated us like gold, and for you to allow us to do what we do and give us, free access, to your team. And, I do appreciate everything that you do, and I'm excited for you.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you guys getting it out there, getting these guys some rep and some shine. We appreciate that more than you all will ever know. And anytime you want to come back, you got an open invitation.
Well, Coach, I can't get out of here without asking you. Both teams, pretty good offensively, right?
Yes.
I believe as good offensively in the 14th and 15th region you'll find. Defensively, both teams have gotten better throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
If you can nail it down to one area, what's it going to take to get out of there with the W over McGoffin County? What's it going to be? Is it going to be execution on the offensive end? Is it going to be the game plan schematics defensively?
I mean, when you go to state tournament, you always got to score. So, I mean, first and foremost, you got to be able to score. If you get down there and lay an egg on that end, you're going to be in trouble. But for me, it's going to come down to, can we slow Aiden down enough? And I don't mean just scoring. He sees the floor and he gets the ball to people when you come and double, or when you lose your man. He sees it so well and plays off of what you do and the mistakes you make. We got to do a good job of being disciplined and not giving him those alleys.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to that for if we're going to be able to win or not.
Yeah.
Guys, Wednesday afternoon, Commodore Nation, flood Lexington
cheer on the Commodores, guys. They are going to need you. You heard Coach Hoskins. This is one of the times they need you to show up amongst everything. Shut the town down. Get down there. You know, the one thing I like about this area is, you know, no matter what this time of year, whether it's Hazard or Perry, everybody becomes, you know, a 14th Region fan or a Hazard or Perry fan, you know,
Absolutely.
from each fan base. So, guys, want to thank Coach Hoskins and the players once again for taking the time today. We know you had a tough practice, so we would love to talk to you all day, but we know you got to get rest and you know, get the team ready. But you know, Coach, I'm hoping that we're sitting here in a couple of weeks and with a big state title trophy sitting in front of us, and
that would be nice.
Yeah, but you know, main thing, go down and you know, rep the area, rep the mountains
That's
well.
what we want, represent our community.
That's it. Soak it in. But once again, guys, want to thank Derek Bowling at Kentucky Farm Bureau and Scott Napier, Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, Thomas Kemper, Kemper Furniture, and Deshae Woolham at East Main Street Pharmacy for sponsoring the state tournament tip-off show. Coach Hoskins, Kevin Keithley, Darryl McCoy. Guys, we'll see you Wednesday afternoon in Lexington, Kentucky at Rupp Arena. Tune in, cheer on the Commodores on